It is 12 noon. Welcome back on this Reaction Monday. We'll head down to Tuscaloosa, Alabama momentarily, hear from the head football coach of the University of Alabama. It is Iron Bowl week. We have an update on the turkeys.
We got 2 left.
2 left.
2 turkeys left.
So it's amazing. We announced that, 20 minutes ago?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that? We had 15 turkeys. We're down to 2. Okay, Molly's still out in the parking lot. She's got 2 turkeys left. So
Coming up tomorrow, Pat, we got Bowling Green and UMass.
you better believe it.
3:30 on the U. Love the afternoon football. And then Western Michigan and Eastern Michigan. So we got Maction tomorrow night. Are you still on your Maction streak?
Yes. I have hit 4 out of my last 5 Maction picks.
Okay.
I'm 4 in a row, matter of fact. I started out Maction 0-1, but I've hit my last 4.
I have been by Warren McGurk Alumni Stadium in Amherst, just on the outside. Bowling Green is a 14.5-point favorite playing there on the road tomorrow night. I really like the Falcons.
Yeah.
I'm throwing that in there.
It's probably a good pick.
And then Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan. Got an early one on that one. Western Michigan minus 6.5. On the road, though.
I like the Broncos.
Will Charlie Batch be in attendance?
I don't know.
And then Thursday, we get Navy and Memphis.
Lance Taylor's the head coach of Western Michigan.
That's right.
I'm a fan.
Go Broncos.
Yep. All right. Speaking of Lance Taylor, who played wide receiver at the University of Alabama, who's now the head coach at Western Michigan, let's go to his alma mater, the University of Alabama, where Kalen DeBoer gets ready to talk Iron Bowl coming up on Saturday.
Good morning. You heard from the coordinators and just again kind of recapping, I think, everything that they probably hit on or you asked, just to get a good weekend. And one last shout out to our seniors, being able to honor them, recognize them. They mean a lot to this program. They mean a lot to me. And, for them to be able to do their job, to be able to get a lot of other guys on the football field was something, we got a chance to highlight even in the locker room and guys had fun with afterwards, talking about, some of the plays that were made by guys that haven't seen the field yet or, very minimal opportunity. So, good to see Quay Rousseau get on the football field a little bit. That was, something that we've been working towards, and just really, really happy for him, happy for us there. So on to the Iron Bowl, and know what that means to the state here. Huge deal for us as well. Just, it's a big game. It's for a lot of reasons, but, we just focus on what it is, and it's a big rivalry game. It's an SEC game on the road. It'd be an awesome environment. Just blessed to be a part of it, especially here on this Thanksgiving week. That's what you think about, and there's so much we have, and these guys getting this opportunity to go and to play in a special place like that, and in front of, so many fans and people watching on TV. Just a really cool moment. We've got to seize it and take advantage of it.
Thanks, Coach. Let's start with Dave.
Yeah, people love to talk about the difficulties of going to Jordan-Hare and playing in what some might say is haunted. What is kind of your message to the players about the discourse around going to Auburn and playing there?
Yeah, rivalry game, amazing environment. We've played in amazing environments, throughout the year on the road at night. I get it. I mean, you never want to, we understand it's going to be a great experience there, and it'll be, one where we're facing a team that, wants to knock us off of our goals and our hopes and all of that. So, but you just really got to simplify it down, and you got to prepare for the noise, prepare for the emotions that come, and that's what our season has done for us. We've been through a lot of that, and again, there'll be new challenges that present themselves in the game, and a lot of it will be, again, new matchup, guys that have different people in front of them, strengths and weaknesses of the opponent, every single week change, and so we're just going to prepare our best, focus on what we do, because that's what we've done all season long, to go out there and be our best on Saturday.
Chase, far left.
Auburn's got one of the better defensive fronts in the league. What do you see from those guys athletically and the challenge they present for the OL?
Yeah, yes, they do. They got a great combination of size, athleticism up front. They understand their defensive scheme well. They attack. I think you can see there's a lot of trust. Then you get to the linebackers, and they can run really well. They attack as well, and so this. It's a team defense. Coach Durkin's done a great job, not just leading the team now, but, over the past couple of years putting together a defensive scheme, you know, and a mindset that they have. So a lot of respect to what they do, that's for sure.
Let's go to Charlie.
Kind of a two-parter. Do you have an update on Josh Cuevas, and with him being out, how good was it to get a bunch of tight ends opportunities on Saturday?
Yeah, with Josh, we'll just keep evaluating him here throughout this week, and that was certainly intentional with getting some guys some action out there. Even some of the way, just I think Coach Grubb called the game. You know, just making sure that we got some reps, whether it be run game, pass game. You know, you know, you got to attack the defense you're seeing, but I thought we did a good job of getting those guys in spots and, you know, testing them. And a lot of it's been building up over the course of the year too, right? You've seen Caleb out there all season long, so it's a combination of guys that you're really focused on as much as anything. And I thought Marshall did a nice job. Brody did a nice job. Jay did a nice job as well in their roles, and just getting them more snaps. We get better with reps. It doesn't matter who we are, and that's what we're trying to do for those guys.
Jump to Katie, second row on the left.
I know it's a relatively small sample size, but has there been a difference that you've seen on film in Auburn since DJ Durkin took over?
I think probably offensively, maybe just you know, you can see maybe a little bit of philosophical change, just a little bit there with the offense and what they're trying to do. So maybe that as much as anything. So obviously they seem to be playing free and you know, putting up a lot of points, you know, in the last 2 weeks.
Go to Colin, front left.
Kind of back to Charlie's question, but what have you seen from Caleb Edwards, and then especially he's, you know, one of a handful of freshmen that are going to get, you know, expected to take pretty significant snaps in a big game. Like, what's kind of your advice to whether it's Caleb, whether it's Deshaun Lee, guys that are kind of experiencing this rivalry for the first time?
Yeah, I mean, there's been, again, so many snaps that these guys played. I mean, you know, from Dijon's, Dijon, Latsier, I mean, we can go down the road, Michael Carroll, and I think that's what you're getting to here with the question is we've done that all year long. And, you know, really, Caleb, I mean, I can think of the big catch in a moment for me. He caught a crossing route against Georgia in a tight window there. And number one, Ty's trust in him. And then, you know, Caleb going across really fearless. And, you know, Caleb was a guy that didn't come to us till really this summer. Most of our guys early enrolled. And so seeing him be able to get on the field early in the year and do what he's doing, again, every rep matters to him because these guys that have been here all year, going back to January, they understood our culture. They were part of our weight program, you know, and you know, I'm just really proud of these guys. And again, not just now, but sheds light on what we feel about the future is going to be, you know, whether it's your quarterbacks that got a chance to get out on the football field and do their thing. Our offensive linemen, you know, Jackson Lloyd got out there, you know, the other day as well. And so just really excited about the future. But obviously we're in the moment, we're in the present, and, you know, those guys are going to be ready to play. They've made a ton of plays all season long, and we're confident. We wouldn't put them out there if we weren't.
Question from Joe in the middle of the room.
Coach, what did you see from the running game this past Saturday, particularly with sticking with the freshman, with AKD here, and what does he maybe need to do to maybe see an increased role throughout the rest of the year? And off the wall, what's your favorite Thanksgiving side?
Yeah, I'm pretty traditional when it comes to the Thanksgiving piece, going way back. So your normal stuff, Thanksgiving, when you think of it, that's what I'm all about. But yeah, I think you mentioned AK, you know, just when he gets out there, you can see the things he can do explosive-wise, ball in his hands, and again, more reps. And I thought Saturday was a great opportunity for him. It's how he took advantage of it. You know, another freshman that has a great future for us in our program.
All right, let's finish up with Matthew.
Coach, after the game on Saturday, I know you told us that players have had Connor Talty's back after the last couple of misses. How have you seen them react over the course of the last few weeks when he's missed a field goal?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was probably just everyone in general. You're always, you know, you're human, right? And so people are going to make mistakes. I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And then, you know, it's the response and the things that he did. Well, he made it right with his teammates. He talked to them, and that's what we can do. We move on, and we right the wrongs, and now we just focus on what we can do, and that's go be your best. And that's what he does in practice. And again, when I say our guy's got his back, you know, I've seen players. I've seen, I mean, myself have reaction to things that you don't like on the field, off the field, whatever it might be, things we, want back. And once it's done, you don't. All you can do is make sure you communicate, talk to the people that it affected, and continue to move on. And so he had a great week of practice last week. I mean, he's still really hitting the ball well, and just going to keep working. And, we're going to need him throughout the rest of the year. And I know he's going to give everything. He cares about this team a lot.
All right, thank you, Coach.
You bet. Thank you.
That was Kalen DeBoer live in Tuscaloosa giving his opening week press conference ahead of the Iron Bowl coming up on the plains of Auburn on Saturday. At 1:30, we're going to hear DJ Durkin his press conference as the Auburn Tigers get ready to host Alabama in that game coming up this weekend. So we'll give you some of our takeaways from what you just heard from Kalen DeBoer as we continue on with Iron Bowl week right here on Three Man Front and Jocks.
The second Iron Bowl for Kane Womack as the defensive coordinator for Alabama. The first for Ryan Grubb, second for Kalen DeBoer.
And Kalen DeBoer said he was excited about it. Get to play at Jordan Hare.
Be an exciting time.
Yeah, I would think that.
He said the atmosphere would be great.
I would expect the atmosphere to be great. Be a little bit chilly. There are other things to keep fans warm.
Now, I did not see this, but I read some reports, and maybe I was a little bit busy Saturday morning. I did not get to see the full extent of College Game Day. But Nick Saban, he addressed the Lane Kiffin stuff, right?
Yeah, and he actually kind of went
Defended
to the
Lane Kiffin?
defense of Lane Kiffin. Yeah, he was talking about how
Imagine that a coach is going to defend another coach.
I know, talk about crazy. Yeah, no, he was talking about how, he would, I guess, like to see college football adopt a model like the NFL where there is a window for coaching hires to happen, and how in the NFL you can't have contact with another coach until the season's over. And so he would like to see that because he doesn't like how players are being, given the short end of the stick because coaches can leave and do whatever they want, and players have to suffer through the
Well, I agree with that,
consequences.
but you're going to have to move everything else around if we're going to have that period.
Well, and
because
he
right now the
kinda got into
schedule
that, yeah.
that doesn't work for the parties involved. No, I mean the timing of all of it's just unfortunate.
Yeah, but yeah, it is.
That's the only way to put it. It's unfortunate, but you have early signing day. You've got transfer portal. You got guys that you got to worry about leaving your roster. Who's coming in? There's not an easy fix. And like I said, I don't blame Lane Kiffin for entertaining any of these offers. I just think that they could have been better about keeping it under wraps where you don't. I'm not saying that you're doing anything that's wrong, but I think the Ole Miss fans, if you ask them, okay, with the result being the same, would you rather not have been put through this for the last 2-3 weeks emotionally? They would all say yes. I mean, if your decision's your decision, I would rather you not just dangle it out there for the last 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever it's been. Seems like it's been 3 years.
Well, and even if he goes back to Ole Miss, right, what are a lot of those fans going to say? Oh, great, so we're going to do this again in 2 years, right? Like, you're going to be trained to think that, well, every couple of years we're going to have to go through this again, and we're just going to cross our fingers every year.
Isn't your family getting on a plane to go to Baton Rouge to tour, or is that's just as bad as Lane? Because Bill Clark, what has he always told us? By the way, Bill Clark at the top of the hour. But Bill Clark, if you're a sitting head coach, you don't go and you interview with somebody else, and then you go back to your fan base and to your team. Go, oh, by the way, yeah, I love it here. So, yeah. But if he decides to stay, the people that were against him and said good riddance, they'll quickly be back on board.
No, absolutely. If you're Ole Miss, you would rather him stay than leave, even after all of this. It's unfortunate that even if he did come back, there's still going to be some sour grapes there and people that are not happy with him.
Yeah, for sure. Text line is open, 205-834-9450. A lot of you sending in your well wishes for Pat. It's his birthday today, where we appreciate Posey sending in.
That's a great one, Posey. Thank you very much.
It is a picture of Phil Fulmer.
Shooting me the bird.
Shooting Pat the bird, and it says, happy birthday, Pat.
Thank you, Coach Phil. Fat Phil.
Dylan, happy Thanksgiving, Pilgrims.
I can't do the Peter Griffin voice right. I think that's the Family Guy. Happy Thanksgiving, Pilgrims. I can't do it right, though.
Yeah. I can do a Cleveland. I can do a little bit of a Peter.
Yeah, you have to take my word for it.
Griffin. Good afternoon. Just wanted to take the time to wish Pat a happy birthday. I'm a big fan of the show. I enjoy the positive vibes the crew gives out. Would love to meet the crew one day when I'm not working. So wishing Pat, Landrum, Molly, Conrad, and Damien a very blessed Thanksgiving holiday. Blessed Thanksgiving holiday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Kevin Lee, 92.
He's on the Gene Stallings championship
RTR.
team.
Oh, very nice.
That's who sent that. And
Oh,
then he
thank you.
put in
Very
all
cool.
caps, beat Auburn. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
Enjoy watching you play. I remember Kevin Lee.
I'm sure my parents enjoyed watching you play while I was -4 years old. And that championship season.
Somebody asking, are y'all Thanksgiving lunch or Thanksgiving dinner family? Thanksgiving dinner. Brothers around 4, and then my wife's family 6 or later.
I've always been lunch. My family's always been lunch, and Paige's family is a lunch family too.
Nobody asked me, but I would prefer lunch.
We've always been lunch.
Because then you can take your nap, watch some football,
Yeah.
and then for dinner you just have
Leftovers.
It's great. Yeah.
William says, is the Kiffin LSU tour not the same scenario of Auburn flying to see Petrino back in the day? I mean, it's different, but I think it still affects your fan base, maybe in the same way. That one, I think that there were a lot of Auburn fans that were optimistic about maybe landing Bobby Petrino. But there were some that wanted Tuberville to be able to see it through. And the following year, he was able to do that, going undefeated. If Alabama loses to a team that's won one SEC game all this year, do you think that Kalen DeBoer will feel the pressure to leave?
I personally do not. Even with a loss to Auburn, I think he's back. And I don't think he's looking to leave.
Jimmy from Wetumpka, if Alabama loses Saturday, they should be done.
And they will be.
Dang, all this looking for a backdoor if we lose the SEC championship game. Let's just beat Auburn. Beat the hell out of the Aggies and handle our business. Road Tide.
See, that's the interesting thing here is a lot hangs in the balance, right? Because your season could be over very quickly. You could also find yourself with a first-round bye in the college football playoff in 2 weeks. But you got to handle your business.
Bama fans, quit crying. This is all caps. Bama fans, quit crying, exclamation mark. There's a guaranteed way to make the playoff. Win the SEC championship. Or don't lose to, I'll substitute, crap teams like FSU.
Well, I mean, a couple years ago, you had to go and beat Georgia in the SEC championship to make the playoff. I mean, this is, again, it's the same thing with the Auburn scenario. This is not the first time that Alabama's had to beat Auburn and win an SEC championship to go and play for a national championship or a playoff spot.
Yeah, not too long ago, there was only 4 teams that played in the college football playoff. And then even before that, it was the BCS when you only had 2 teams.
Trey was asking, and I won't read through the whole thing because that didn't happen, but have you heard anything about Dabo to Arkansas?
That was one of those crazy internet rumors that there is no validity to that whatsoever.
Jason says he can see Lane having a gender reveal post about where he's going or staying. That would be really cool.
I do like the idea because I've seen so many people say this, but do like an old school recruiting announcement, right? Sit him down at a table, have the hats of all the different schools up there, and then he puts on the hat of where he's going to take the job.
I think it was a Florida Man segment that I did, but a guy who was an alligator wrestler went to a birthday party, but the wife had actually hired him to be the person that was the gender reveal person. And so they took a pink balloon and a blue balloon, or they took a balloon and put it near the gator. The gator chomped on the balloon, and then the blue dust came out of the balloon, and that's how they knew they were having a boy.
So you can use the same blue that you would use for a boy, and then you get purple for LSU, and then maybe orange for Florida.
And you have Juice do something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. I like it.
I don't know what that would be, but
I did think it was interesting, though. I think Pat was the one that sent this to me, but the picture of Lane's Kiffin's son wearing the LSU headphones. I'm sure that was like father, like son, right?
Well, I can tell you that is a very old picture, too.
It's just a very interesting timing to post it.
No, you're absolutely right. Because Landrum can attest to this. Almost every Friday night, you will see a kid on the high school football field. 1 week, he'll have
gloves
like
or
a
towel,
an Alabama towel, and he'll have gloves for a certain
they
school.
don't play favorites.
And then the very next week, it's something completely
And then a lot of times they'll give some of their extra gear to their teammates.
Yeah.
Who have not gotten to go and visit some of the campuses they have.
See, I just like to think that Lane went, "Hey, Knox, you still got that picture of you with the LSU head? Yeah, why don't you go post that real quick?" Like Lane's orchestrating all of this.
Yeah, I wouldn't read too much into it. there it is again. Yeah, Trey, we've not heard about Dabo interviewing for the Arkansas job. Don't see it happening. Steve from Tuscaloosa wishing Pat a happy birthday.
Thank you, Steve.
Someone asked the question: if Michigan beats Ohio State, they'll pull an Arizona State and all of a sudden be highly ranked.
Well, that's what I said earlier. If you're an Alabama fan, you want Ohio State to win that game. Remove all doubt from that scenario.
Yeah, you need all the chalk to hold. You don't need BYU beating Texas Tech.
No. No, you do not. That's the big one. You need Texas Tech to win the Big 12 championship.
Is there really a chance that a two-loss Vandy could be left out of the playoffs? Two-loss SEC team being left out would be criminal.
It's a real chance.
Beham Dog has sent a video in to you.
Oh, cool. I'll watch it during the commercial break.
All right, keep the text rolling in, 205-834-9450. Some of these I got to clean up. Y'all be nice to Connor Talty. He's been through a lot.
I thought you were saying be nice and keep it clean to me.
Well, this
Has the Ryan Williams texter shifted to Connor Talty yet? Because his were very creative.
No, but we did have Darren from Tennessee that said he was at the game and they were booing him during kickoffs and extra points as well. This one reads, Connor Talty just needs a 2nd and 26 moment. Case in point, does anyone remember the worst field goal attempt in history to win a national championship? Andy Papanastis.
Papanasty, that's right.
Ooh.
Yeah, that wasn't a good one.
Ken says maybe Juice Kiffin hikes his leg on the teams that lose out on Lane.
Or they could just be fire hydrants.
If he's like any of my labs in the past, yeah, he's not particular. You got to be careful about what you put out there because they all could get soaked. We'll continue 3-man front on Jocks. I know that song reminds most of you of Thanksgiving. Being with family and friends. All the things that you're thankful for. We're thankful you're with us here during this Iron Bowl week. We've already heard Kalen DeBoer's press conference from Tuscaloosa. DJ Durkin, Auburn's defensive coordinator, interim head coach, coming up at 1:30, and you can hear that live and expect to hear a lot from DJ Durkin going into the Iron Bowl, but also potentially some questions about his future and conversations that he has had or will be having with Auburn Athletics Director John Cohen. A conversation we need to have. The holidays are here. We still got Christmas and other stuff that's coming up. And what does that mean? Overindulging of food. It could happen this week. It can happen anytime. But our friends at Mandu are here to help you. Mandu is electrical muscle stimulation fitness. They make it easy. It's a 15-minute workout. They put you in a suit, hook you up to a machine that sends electric pulses to various muscle groups, whether you're trying to work on your arms, shoulders, maybe your legs, maybe your glutes. It doesn't matter. They can specialize, spot train, if you will. And because of that technology, what is normally a 6-hour workout in a gym to get results is 15 minutes in Mandu. I can attest to it, and anybody who's stuck with Mandu can attest to the results that they get. Right now, 10% off. If you mention Jocks, you're going to get 10% off your membership as long as you're with Mandu, and 15% off if you're a student, not only here in Birmingham, but also our friends up in Huntsville as well. Mandu, MANDUU.com. Always tell them Landrum from Jocks sent you. It's time for 5 questions. Pat's going to ask. We will try to answer. This is Pat Ponders.
I want to know what you're thinking. Tell me what's on your mind.
It's time for Pat Ponders.
Brought to you by Courtesy GMC out in Trussville. Keep in mind, Black Friday is coming up this Friday, but all month long, it's the Black Friday sales event that's happening now. The best deals you're going to find regardless of the location in the Southeast. It's right there in Trussville, right off of I-459 exit 32. Brand new inventory arrives daily. They've got pre-owned inventory ready for you. But take advantage on those brand new GMCs with the Black Friday sales event going on now at Courtesy GMC out in Trussville off of I-459 exit 32. Online inventory is courtesybirmingham.com. All right, question number 1. The current Iron Bowl line is Bama by 6 points. If the game was played on a neutral site, say Atlanta this weekend, what would the point spread be?
I think you'd probably see Bama maybe 7.5, 8. I don't think it'd be a whole lot more.
See, it would be under 10. Like the 9.5 would be. I'm probably with Landry though. Maybe more like 7.5, 8.5.
I was thinking 7.5.
Little over a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be closer to 10.
So you think it'd be the 9.5?
I do.
Well, let's see. Home field advantage is normally worth what? 3 points.
That
so
is,
if it's
but this would be a
5.5
neutral.
Yeah.
But taking the game out of Auburn would completely increase it.
It would definitely increase.
I think that more than anything, just the mental state of Alabama fans would be completely different.
Because if I'm in a Vegas perspective, we're trying to get equal money on both sides. I see that it would be very one-sided. I don't know how many Alabama fans would pick Alabama to cover a 10-point spread.
No, they wouldn't.
Right?
Because Conrad doesn't have any confidence now.
Mm-mm.
I said 8, not 10 earlier.
It's a better number.
He'll get all sizzled up on Saturday, though. He'll be convincing himself at kickoff.
No, he's going to be Friday. What time is he getting here for the makeup? What time are you getting
Oh,
him
yeah, we
all?
need to plan that. It might take me a while, so. And try not to be late.
You better work fast.
Well, I think you just stay here after the Damian Mitchell show.
You think it's going to take 3 hours of makeup?
I don't think it won't take me 3 hours.
I hope.
How long will it take you?
Maybe like 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah. Not 3 hours, though.
It's full body paint, right?
Oh, and I'm bringing hairspray again. Gotta make sure that glitter is locked in, you know?
Is he going to mess up the Cam Newton jersey?
Faye wants to know if the paint is edible.
Is it edible paint?
I can buy some. Ooh, I can buy edible glitter, too.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It
I
is.
didn't either.
It is a thing.
It is. Do you have some?
I can go buy some.
Oh.
My wife was putting ornaments on the tree. Reminded me last night how much I hate glitter. Glitter is nice to look at, except when it falls off of the ornaments and goes onto your floor.
You can probably stop off down the road. I'm sure they have edible glitter.
Question number 2.
Other things.
Fill in the blank. The winner of the SEC championship game will be blank.
Texas A&M. They just find a way. 30-3 at halftime. That's all I needed to see, Conrad. Texas A&M. It's the year of the Aggie. It's the year of the milkman.
Molly,
if I was putting smart money down, it'd be A&M.
I was going to say Trev Alberts.
I mean, it's going to be Alabama, but if I have to be serious, I'll say Texas A&M.
Why wouldn't you be serious to begin with?
Let's get there first, and we'll assess. But right now, I'll take Texas A&M.
Okay, so we have 3 saying Texas A&M will
It just
win the
feels like a
SEC
year of
championship.
destiny for them.
Do you think every one of their quarterbacks, like your Kellen Mond, your Johnny, all of them are just lined up there on the sideline for the championship game?
Well, Johnny's going to be at Vanderbilt in Tennessee, so other than him, I'm sure they'll be having a great time.
Well, for the SEC championship.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, not for Texas.
Then, yeah, I'm sure they'll be there.
So speaking of that, do we
Does Haynes
anticipate
King come back? On the sideline. Sorry.
Zach Calzada.
Do we anticipate, because Diego Pavia went through senior ceremonies at Vandy, that he's done?
He's done.
You better be.
He's going to – I feel like he's going to have like a Stetson Bennett thing going where he's going to find himself on an NFL roster. Somebody's going to take a chance on him.
Was it Aguilar who's now on the suit? Did I hear that? The Pavia suit?
Probably.
Yeah.
Pavia had another great game on Saturday.
He did. 32 of 36, 456 yards, I think.
I think he's going to find himself in New York. I don't think he's going to win it, but I think he'll find himself part of the presentation.
Question number 3. Conventional wisdom has been saying that LSU is a better job for Lane Kiffin than Florida. Does the complete collapse of the Gators this season, though, make that job more appealing to Kiffin?
Yeah, I think that may weigh into it a little bit because you've got – he knows what the expectations are at LSU. And following a guy like Kelly, I would much rather follow a guy like Billy Napier than a Brian Kelly who had won, 10 games in at least 2 seasons? So, yeah, I think that having to come in and take over what he would be taking over there would probably sit a little easier with him.
Yeah, I think Florida, right, maybe he identifies that as an easier place to go win immediately because I guess it seems like they just kind of have their crap together maybe a little bit better than LSU does right now. So, yeah, I think that's appealing to him. And plus, I mean, look, Florida's going to have high expectations, but let's say you make the playoff your first year at LSU and then you miss it for a couple of years, people are going to want to fire you, right? If you're at Florida, I feel like there's a little more of a grace period in terms of you have them competing at a high level. They'll have a little more leeway for you before they want to run you out of town.
Yeah, you would much rather follow a Billy Napier than a Brian Kelly. And plus, with Florida, he can go in and kind of, maybe be the one that saves the day for the Florida fans.
I just assume most of the good offensive players anyways that he's got at Ole Miss, they're going to be following him wherever he goes.
Yeah. Probably so.
I mean, I definitely see him taking a quarterback with him.
Does Trinidad have...
Now, I think Trinidad might be needing to gain another year of eligibility.
He needs to do the JUCO Pavia thing?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
There's a lot of talk. Austin Simmons is an outstanding baseball player. And the feeling is that he might completely just give up football and play for Ole Miss baseball.
Not a bad decision.
So, all right, next question. Since Lincoln Riley took charge at USC, 16 schools have made the college football playoff between 2022 and 2024. Assume first timers make up half this year's field in 2025. So that pushes the total to 22 schools making the college football playoff instead of USC. So if you were Florida or LSU, would you consider Lincoln Riley as a potential backup if you lose out in the Lane Kiffin sweepstakes?
Absolutely. For sure. It's going to excite your fan base. Lincoln Riley's a good football coach. But I think I did see in one of the interviews that they did with him, like they call you the guru, they call you whatever. And he said, well, look, I've just been at great places with a lot of great players. And that's the truth. He was handed the job in Norman when Bob Stoops decided that for health concerns in the future, he wanted to get out of it. And then he got given a golden deal there at USC. But to his defense, I think he thought he was taking over a USC that ruled the Pac-12. Not a USC that was going to have to travel across the country every other weekend to play Rutgers and the likes of whoever else in the Big Ten. I think that's part of the reason that maybe Lincoln Riley's not going to feel bad about telling USC bye-bye if he finds the right spot to go jump to.
Yeah, I like Lincoln. I think he's done a good job this year. I think he deserves a lot of credit for what he's done with Maeva, because that was one of those kids that was kind of in quarterback turmoil in college football, and he's turned him into one of the best quarterbacks in the country. So I'll give him credit for this year. I think he's done a nice job. And, I mean, I'd rather have Lincoln Riley than Drinkwitz, right? Like, I think there may be more bang for your buck if you roll the dice on a Sumrall or a Golish and they turn out to really hit it big. But, yeah, I think Lincoln Riley outside of Lane would be in my top 2 or 3 candidates for those jobs.
If
I think you absolutely give him a call.
Yeah.
Both schools.
If I got to pay a coach $12 million, I want one
that's been in the college football playoff?
Yeah.
Multiple times?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He hasn't won, but he's been there multiple times. I mean, he's won more Heisman trophies as a head coach or his quarterbacks than 95% of schools have altogether. I mean, he's done a lot of good things.
Yeah. He hasn't been perfect, hasn't won a national title, but you could
get him a good defensive coordinator. You got something to work with.
Did you see the clip?
I'd like to see him in the SEC.
The reporter after the game?
Of him getting chippy with the reporter? Yeah.
He does have some chippiness to him.
I would love to see him back in this. Oh, well, he wasn't in the Southeastern Conference before, but to see him at either LSU or Florida and then have to deal with Oklahoma people, that would be funny.
That would be fun.
I really hope he's at Media Days next year. That would be fun.
That would be. See if Tyler McComas goes after him. All right, final question, and you guys kind of briefly touched on it during one of the text messages we got on the Courtesy GMC text line. And so the question has to do is, what is your ideal time to consume your big Thanksgiving meal?
For me, it's straight up noon.
Okay.
If I could do it, watch football in the afternoon, be lazy, not have any obligations the rest of the day. Of course, it never works out that way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like 1 o'clock in the right at around lunchtime, something like that. Because I'm the same as you. I want to eat my food, be able to sit down, watch some football, probably fall asleep at some point, and then wake up and resume watching football and eat dinner as leftovers. So,
That is exactly what we did yesterday. We ate around 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then we all had that, post-meal lay-down nap, and then woke up a couple hours later and kept watching football. It was great.
Well, the
best way to do it.
The rest of my family, and me and my wife were in media, so our schedule's different. But the rest of my family, they're not doing anything on Friday. Most of them are not doing anything this week.
Yep.
Thursday is the only day we're off. The longer you get into Thursday and just thinking about Friday obligations with the show, and then we got travel. I've got to travel to Oklahoma. I would rather do it earlier.
I was about to say, I've already had to have that. Hey, I work on Friday, because it's funny because for us, honestly, the biggest and busiest day of the year in a lot of ways is Friday for us, and for a lot of other people, it's shopping and relaxation.
And especially this year with the storylines, not only the game but coaching and everything else. I'd like to have it all wrapped up early, but it's not about me.
That is today's Pat Ponders, brought to you by Courtesy GMC and Trustful. You can buy and see them off of I-459 exit 32 or visit their online inventory at courtesybirmingham.com.
We're 15 minutes away for Coach Bill Clark joining the show. Also, DJ Durkin, his press conference in Auburn at 1:30. We're going to carry it in its entirety. We continue here on Three Man Front. It's Iron Bowl week, and happy Thanksgiving to you all.
It is 12:50 here, Thanksgiving week here on Three Man Front. And, you know, you've heard me talking about it. And it's just such a cool thing, especially during the holiday season. But Abide Roofing, they're going to give one deserving homeowner a brand new roof, completely free. That's right. Brand new roof, completely free. This is not a gimmick. This is not a sales pitch. It's Abide Roofing's way of saying thank you to the community that has trusted Abide with their homes. So here's how it works. You simply go to abideroof.com. You're going to see that green bar at the top of the homepage. Click it. You can nominate yourself, someone who deserves it. Then watch out for the winning announcement coming up next month. The value is up to a 30-square roof, or roughly $13,000. Maybe it's someone who's fallen on hard times, who can't afford the repairs. Maybe it's a single parent, a veteran, first responder. Maybe it's a neighbor who does everything in the neighborhood. It's a pillar of the community. At Abide Roofing, they believe everyone deserves a safe, reliable roof over their head, and this is their way of giving back. So take advantage of it. Go to their website, abideroof.com. The winning announcement is going to be on December 19th, but you can register up through December 12th. For complete details and to enter the free roofing giveaway, just simply go to abideroof.com. So in this season of giving,
very nice.
This is a wonderful opportunity as Abide Roofing wants to help those out with a brand new roof. So go to abideroof.com.
We do have a lot of texts coming in on the text line. We continue to get to your text, 205-834-9450. A lot of them centering, obviously, around the Iron Bowl. Some Thanksgiving talk as well, college football playoff, and where in the world is Lane Kiffin going? That's where we get started on this text. What if Kiffin's family was just visiting these teams for Knox? I could see Kiffin doing something like that just for laughs to get the rumor mill to go wild. Knox is quarterback at Oxford High. Landry goes to Ole Miss. His ex-wife just moved to Oxford, not to mention the ESPN show they just did with Kiffin. He keeps saying he's closer with his kids now, so now I just can't see him moving right now. I don't know. I'm just trying to stay optimistic. Hottie toddy. Well, Pat, you said that you saw a text from someone who's very influential in Ole Miss circles. And what did the text read?
The text was confident in him staying in Oxford.
This text reads, the only reason I'm not upset about A&M this year being a Hoss is because our former quarterback's on the roster. UAB fan, so I'm talking about Jacob Zeno. And happy birthday to Pat, by the way.
Thank you.
I forgot that Zeno was there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Hello, talking about Alabama winning by 9.5 points. How do you score a half point? I really don't get it. Can you explain it? Jeff, Pat will gladly explain it to you.
Well, I mean, obviously if it's not a half point, there's a potential of what they call in the business a push, which means everyone gets their money back. And you don't want that. You want a winner or a loser. So, and obviously Las Vegas sets the point spread. You hear us talk about it all the time. They are trying to, it's not their prediction of how the game is going to turn out. The number is to try to get equal play on both sides for both fan bases. So right now it's 6 points for the Iron Bowl. So if it ends up and Alabama wins by 6, Auburn loses by 6, however you want to put it, then everyone would get their money back. Vegas doesn't win, you don't win. It's just a complete waste of time. So that's why I put a half point on it.
Yeah. By the way, if you missed it, we gave away 15 turkeys earlier today on the show.
In about 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's just for context for this next text that comes in. Bama needs the Doors to win. Plus, I got a turkey that's going to make a friend in need really happy. 2 turkey emojis, and then thank you. So I'm guessing, Molly, this would have been one of the people that came by that you guys handed a turkey to.
Yeah, and thank you to everybody who came by. Hopefully we can help out some more people this week.
Auburn Turner asks, what are Durkin's odds to stay at Auburn if they win? Head coach or D coordinator? Happy birthday, Pat, and happy Thanksgiving to all. I don't know. I definitely think that there is a scenario where DJ Durkin, if he is not chosen as Auburn's next head coach, would remain at Auburn. Chances, I don't
John
know.
Cohen said he would like that to be the case.
I think they're better than Slim. Y'all mentioned Bama's converting fourth downs at around 65%. Connor Talty is kicking at a 61% clip. Should Bama just go for it on fourth down regardless if it's fourth and short?
Yes, that's a great stat.
That's a really good stat.
That's your analytics coach right there.
Yeah.
Bill Clark joins us next.